We're going to go ahead and kick it off to you, Rob Willman, CEO of Social5, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what Social5 and Sagamore Home Mortgage can do together. Thanks, Rob.
Okay, thank you, Chris, and my pleasure to join you today. I also have with me our Chief Marketing Officer, Matt Brown, and we're honored to have partnered with such a quality organization to help accelerate your business. Just a couple of quick comments before we go to the slides here. Social5 is in 6 countries. We're approaching 5,000 customers, and we're in 250 industries. Our #1 vertical industry is the real estate and mortgage vertical. We're actually the only social media company endorsed by the National Association of Mortgage Professionals. But most importantly, our development, marketing, and design team has been working around the clock to develop a custom solution for Sagamore Home Mortgage. And you'll want to pay attention to what we're going to share today, because your marketing team has agreed to pay $85 of your monthly subscription as long as you stay on this service. And we have never provided anything like this before, so quite exciting. Let me first talk about social media and why it's changing the way the world does business. A little history here I think you'll find fascinating. When radio was introduced, it took 38 years to reach 50 million listeners. And then television came along, and it only took 13 years to reach 50 million viewers. The internet took 4 years, and then we had Facebook come along. It only took 9 months to reach 100 million users. Last year, at this time, Facebook announced 1 billion users. Since then, they've added another 500 million users. They're at 1.5 billion. If you were to put that in perspective, if Facebook were a country, it would be 3rd behind China and India. In fact, 1 out of every 7 minutes spent online is on Facebook. So it's critical for businesses to harness this tool in growing their business and staying connected with their customers. Now, it's not just Facebook. Twitter added 1 million accounts a day last year. It is the #2 social media channel. And you may or may not know this, but Pinterest is now #3. There are 200 social media channels. Pinterest, 69% of brands have a presence on Pinterest now. It's up 10% from Q4 2012. And again, there's 200 social media channels. You don't need to be on all of them, but you need to pick the ones that make sense. And we're going to show you what those are for your industry. So why does social media work? Why is it connecting? Why is it impacting businesses across the globe? The primary reason is that 90% of customers trust a friend, and only 14% trust advertising. So if a business manages their social media effectively, your customers will be talking about you instead of you talking about you. And that's the magic of social media, is to get your customers talking about your business instead of you talking about your business. And if it's done effectively, it has a significant impact. One of the examples of that is Nike. And again, this is a large multinational company, maybe one of the best marketeers in our country. But they have openly stated that they're no longer going to spend $4 million on a 30-second Super Bowl commercial to reach 200 million viewers, because they do it every day online. They build a new building called the Jerry Rice Building, and they're knocking it out of the park with social media. And what they're doing is they're getting their customers to talk about Nike instead of Nike talking about Nike. So let me just give you a couple other statistics to consider. 52% of all marketers have found a customer on Facebook in 2013. In the B2B business, they find that having a blog will generate 67% more leads. And 43% of all marketers have found a customer on LinkedIn. So I'll just tell you, it's working. The challenge with a small business person, as I think Chris indicated, is they don't have the time or the expertise to harness social media in an effective way. Big businesses do. Let me give you just a couple other stats here. 78% of all chief marketing officers in this survey indicated that the future of marketing is around custom content marketing with social media. So I think before we show you what we've put together, we would tell you, having worked with small businesses all across this country, it really isn't a choice of whether you use social media to stay in the game. The question is, how will you do it, according to a real social media expert here. And so, Sagamore Home Mortgage and Social5 have partnered together to give you a plan so that you can get in this social media game, grow your business in a very responsible and effective way. So let me show you what we've done, starting first with Facebook. We did some research on many of your Facebook pages, and unfortunately we saw a lot that looked like this, where they were turned on, but nothing was happening. So we're going to take everybody's Facebook page from something like this to something like this. It's very important when you turn on Facebook that you have professional graphics and strong brand identity, so we're going to help you with that. We're also going to make sure that there's your profile picture so that you're branded and it's personalized. We're going to make sure you meet all the legal requirements associated with your industry, in particular having your NMLS number listed on your business Facebook page. And then we've also built some custom tabs and applications to really help you harness social media. Can't wait to show you this. This is really cool stuff that we built for you. And then finally, our professional writers, and I think we're approaching 70 professional writers, will write the content for you every week. You don't have to worry about it. And our writers are not in the Philippines. There are either an MBA or a PhD. They have to have at least 10 years experience in journalism or with the newspaper. And those are the type of writers that will be creating the content for you on your social channels, not just Facebook. I'll show you the other ones in here in a minute. But I want to emphasize the importance of content. On Facebook, the most engaging type of content is a photo, followed by a video, and then status and links. In this service, we will be providing graphic images on all of the posts or videos, so that you'll have really rich content that people are going to engage with and want to share with others. And by the way, this is really important. If people were to grab graphic images off the internet, put them on their Facebook page, and they don't have legal rights to them, they could get fined up to $900 for one image. And so it's really important that the image that you put on has legal authorization. And everything we do has we have the rights to the videos or the rights to the photos, so that you're always in compliance. So on your business Facebook page, our writers will post 3 to 5 times a week. It'll include pictures, video, timely information. For example, we might intertwine what happened in the World Series, or with the new Iron Man movie that comes out will be twisted with some mortgage or home type information. So it'll always be consistent and timely, so that your customers can share it and create a peer recommendation. Okay, now I'm really excited to show you this component. We have built custom tabs that each one of you will receive on your business Facebook page. One of them will link to your personal website, where people can begin the loan process integrated with the things that you've already put in place. Another one will link to the blog that we're going to write for you. And the other one is a share out tab, which will really increase peer or friend recommendations. So when you click on these tabs, this is what you would see behind the scene. A link to your blog, a link to your website, and then this refer or review app. And I want to show you this. This is a custom tool that we've built for you. Here's how it works. After you complete a loan, you would invite someone to fill out a 4-question survey right on Facebook. And in order to do that, they would have to like your business Facebook page. It'll take them less than 3 minutes. They'll fill out the survey, and then they'll be asked, would you like to share your opinion with your friends? One of the things that you could do here is you could give away a gift certificate to a restaurant, or you could give away a Redbox certificate to get a movie at a Redbox, and we could administer all of that for you so you don't have to worry. But a lot of individuals want to give something away as an incentive for them to share this with their friends. You don't have to. But what happens is if they hit share, a message will pop up that says, hey, my agent was awesome, so helpful, highly recommend them. And when they click share, that message will be posted to their personal Facebook page for all of their friends to see. So think about what we just did there. Average person has 200 friends on Facebook. When they post this message, it will create a peer recommendation or a friend recommendation to use you for mortgage. You now, with perhaps the cost of a Redbox, which would be less than $1, you created 200 peer recommendations on Facebook. And that happens every time someone fills out this survey. And by the way, if they fill out the survey in a negative way and don't rate you high, we're not going to post a negative message. It's simply going to say, sorry about your experience. I want to make it right. Call me. And this tool has been custom built for everyone that signs up for the service. And then we can tweak it to have a giveaway or a certificate or something to create more incentive. But this tool, I can tell you, we've tested it. We've used it with other businesses. And it's having a phenomenal impact to create friend recommendations and drive new business. Okay, so it's not just Facebook. We're going to give you Twitter as well. It will be graphically enhanced, and then our writers will tweet 5 to 7 times a week for you. And let me just emphasize the type of tweets and information that we will write is going to be socially responsible. We're not just going to talk about buy your loan from me or get your loan from me. We're going to talk about it's winter time. It's time to unhook your hose so that you don't flood the basement, and we'll have graphic images about that. We're going to have videos in there, some humorous videos. We're going to have information about around summertime, around home and gardening. We're going to have information on current affairs when it's the Final Four or the World Series or the NBA Finals or elections. We're going to intertwine stuff that people are going to want to share, because every time your tweet is forwarded, your personal brand will go with it. Lastly, we think this is perhaps the most powerful tool that we're going to give you. It's a blog where our writers will post 2 blog posts every month that will show you as a thought leader in your industry. This blog that we will create for you is a $1,500 blog site that we're creating for free. And why this blog is so valuable beyond just the content is it's built on responsive technology so that you can show off your blog from a smartphone or a tablet anywhere, anytime. In addition to that, we've incorporated an email engine. I think you're going to love this. We do not use business cards at Social5. And all of our customers, we are recommending that they don't use business cards anymore, that they turn to an electronic business card. So think of it this way. You meet someone interested perhaps in getting a loan from you. Instead of trading a business card and deciding what you might write to this individual, you simply put in their email address right into your smartphone, click join, and a message will instantaneously be sent to them, written carefully by our professional writers. glad we met you. Here's a link to one of my blogs, and here is all my social channels that you can connect to. So instantaneous email anytime you add someone to the email database. And then every month, everyone in your database will receive a monthly email. So I want you to think about this for a minute. Email really is still the #1 social media tool. Now you have an automated drip campaign to all individuals in your database. Why is this so important? Well, email still being the #1 social media tool with buttons is the most effective way to grow your followers and stay connected with your customers. And as you know, it's every 5 to 7 years when someone gets a new loan. So staying connected with them and staying top of mind is critical to your repeat and referral business. So you don't want to do too much email, only once a month on email. But being invisible is a missed opportunity, and this is a socially responsible, fun, smart way to have a consistent email strategy with your customers. So let me summarize this package. You will receive graphic images for Facebook, Twitter, and your mobile blog, custom tabs, this review share out tab, and then all the content written for you, 3 to 5 times a week on Facebook, 5 to 7 times on Twitter, 2 blog posts a month, the initial email and the monthly email, all done for you. There's a one-time connection fee. If you have a business Facebook page and a business Twitter account, we'll connect into those. If not, we'll build them for you. And then we'll wire everything in so that we can begin disseminating the content for you to your social channels. And I remind you that these are your social channels. You can add anything you want to your business Facebook page, or you can tweet anytime you want. We're simply going to keep the rhythm consistent, friendly, and fun in a socially responsible way. This package is what we call our Social Savvy package. It's $199 a month. You can cancel anytime. There's no long-term contracts. And I'm really excited to have partnered with thought leaders in your company that realize the value of this and have agreed to pay $85 of your monthly fee. So your monthly fee is only $114, and they will pay that as long as you stay on the system. So your fee, as long as you're on, is $114. Now let me mention one other very significant thing. Your leaders have also agreed to pay $85 of select realtors that you put on the service. So think about this. Your company now is going to pay almost half of the monthly fee, not only for you, but for realtors to help drive their business and drive your loan business. This is a very remarkable opportunity that your company has put together for you. So let me show you how you would get started. We've created a custom landing page where there's videos and pricing and more information there for you to review. And there's also a button that you click on, and you can get started into the online sign-up process. I want to show that to you. So the way you get to this site is social5.com/Sagamore. I'm going to take you there now because I want you to see what we've done. This is the custom landing page. When you hit this landing page, there is a video by the leaders of your company and also introducing the service right here in this main part of the screen here. Over to the right, the second video is a review of what we're doing today, so that I know we're recording this webinar, but you can also go watch another video that reviews the service, so if you have questions. Down below, there's some pricing information so that you can see exactly what the prices are. You can click on these live examples and see some live Facebook pages. And then when you're ready to get started, and by the way, you want to make note of this phone number here. If you have any questions, you can contact Social5 directly. They'll answer any questions. You'll guide you through the process. But we have built an easy tool for you and for your realtors to get signed up on. So let me emphasize that again. This is for you and your realtor. They can sign up right here. So you simply hit the Get Started button. Your first choice will be to select a graphic image that's free of charge. So these are some custom graphic images that have been designed that would go on your business Facebook page and on your mobile site and your Twitter account. So these are custom, these are free graphics that you can choose from in the sign-up process. Or you can click on this custom graphics button, and our design team, for our cost, which is $250, this is typically a $700 or so package. We're going to do this for you at cost if you want a custom graphics package that's designed specifically with your logo in conjunction with your website. So if you want a custom graphics package, click that. If not, click one of the free templates to choose from. Hit the next button. It's going to ask you if you already have a personal Facebook account. If you do, you can click yes, and it'll populate all of that information for you. If not, you can simply click no, and it'll put in your and then you put in your information here. I'm going to do a couple of pieces of this because I want you to see this process. So I put in a phone number here, and then I click next. So at this point, this is the last portion of this I'm going to show you because it's very easy. At this point, it's going to ask for your company name, your country, your address, your email information. You have the opportunity here then to upload a profile picture that will go on your business Facebook page as well as your mobile site. Very important that you put in your MLS number here so that we can apply that so that you're legally compliant. So you put your NMLS number here. And then you're going to select your desired content. So what kind of mortgages is your primary business? Is it mortgage only? Do you do investment property? So you're going to select here what kind of business is your primary business. We just need to know your primary. We're going to fill in the rest, but you might select mortgage only. And again, your realtor relationships can choose their category as well here. So they go ahead and click mortgage only, and then you're going to hit next. It'll ask for your credit card information, and then you're done. Our design team and everybody will go to work. It will have your sites up and loaded with content flowing within 48 hours. You will go from socially awkward to socially savvy. So that's how it works. Let me just review again. The website is social5.com/Sagamore, and this is the site that you'll go to gather more information or get started. Okay, just a couple other components before we finish, and then I'll open it up for questions. I want you to see, here's the demo site that's been built for Sagamore Home Mortgage, so you can see what it's going to look like. Down below is an example of some of the content that you will be receiving. And by the way, everybody will receive different content. You will be unique. Everybody won't be the same. So it gives you an example of the content. Notice always graphic images, videos, interesting articles. Wanted to show you an example of a few other loan officers. I think we have hundreds of loan officers, obviously, on the system. But here's another example of their custom graphics, their custom tabs with content flowing down below. And then take a look at, here's another example of a custom graphic package for this individual. You'll notice their NMLS number so that they're legally compliant. And this is the other part I want to show you. Here is the mobile site that each one of you will receive. Again, this mobile site here is built on responsive technology. So if you adjust the size, it'll fit to a tablet or right to a smartphone. Below is all the blog content that will be written for you. And an interesting idea I want to share here, you notice down on the right side here where it says our recommendations. We actually have some of our customers who are inviting their real estate ecosystem to have a link here, and they're actually charging them to be on their mobile site. And that's something to consider. You don't have to charge people, but this is a place to put your realtors to give them more exposure. You could put their link to their business. You could put your title company or accountants or lawyers or others on your our recommendation right here on your mobile site. Off of your mobile site, you can click right to your Facebook or your Twitter account, or you could have somebody put in their email address right here in the mobile site. When you do that and click join, instantaneously they're going to get an email from you, and then every month they're going to get an email from you as well. Now, those of you that have a good email database, you don't have to enter them one by one. You can forward those to our team. We'll load them for you, and then you just add incremental ones as you go. So you'll never be left alone. Our team will reach out to you every month with information about your social channels. We'll provide ideas and recommendations to maximize it, and we'll contact you every month, and you'll certainly have phone numbers to reach out to your account manager here if you have any questions. So we've covered a lot of information there. I think it's helpful that this is recorded. I'm going to give you one last slide, and then I'm going to wrap up here for questions. The last thing I want to just mention to you is an interesting article by the National Association of Realtors. It indicated 87% of buyers and sellers would like to use a prior realtor, but only 17% do. Why? It's because the buyer or the seller has lost contact with the realtor. This same principle is true in your industry. Every 5 to 7 years, how are you staying connected with that individual so that when they need a loan again? The National Association of Realtors indicated that by staying in touch with those individuals, you could increase your repeat and referral business by 500%. And we see the same principle in your industry. And so we're excited to give you this very custom, very unique service at a price point that's never been matched. So we'll just tell you that this is a November special. Sagamore will pay that $85 for anyone that signs up in the month of November. So if you want to harness social media and you want help doing it, there's never been a better time to take advantage of this. So let me turn it back to you, Chris, and we've got our Chief Marketing Officer, Matt Brown, here. If there's anything you want to add, please do it, but I'll turn it back to you, Chris, and then answer any questions that might have arisen.
Yeah, thanks again, Rob. I mean, obviously, I'm extremely excited about this. Sagamore is going to roll it out as a corporate piece, and then, I encourage all the branches to roll it out individually. I would like to see, the branch managers utilizing it and, leading by example here and showing the loan officers what can be done going forward with this. I think the beauty of the social media advertising is the fact that if you're spending $115 today, and let's say you've got 200, well, let's just make it easy. You've got 150 likes on your Facebook page currently. That per person cost to reach them continually declines every month as your price point stays the same, because what you're doing will actually be bringing in more likes. They've got a ton of ideas on how we can try to build your database of who you're actually reaching. And so month to month, as that cost stays static, you're reaching more and more people. let's say you get your Facebook page up to 10,000 likes, for example. The beauty of that is even if you were to shut off the system down the road, you're still reaching those 10,000 people. I mean, you're still able to get in front of them every day that you post something, and now that that reach is pretty much free to you every time you post. Whereas if you were trying to run an ad every month in the newspaper, you're going to have to pay for that ad over and over and over again. So being able to truly utilize social media to grow that database of people to reach is just huge. And then their tools that they have specifically integrated into the system are amazing. The idea of being able to offer just that $1 red box video, I mean, I click on those links all the time because it's just, it's too easy. I mean, it's a free red box rental. The idea of being able to utilize that to have your viewers, your likes, your people following you on Facebook, to have them send it out to their people, and make it so that they have to sign up to like your Sagamore page in order to get that code. I mean, it's just exponential. So obviously it's a no-brainer working on the social media piece. I know a ton of people that do not properly keep in touch with past clients, and I think it's something that everybody can improve on, and it's something that definitely works. I mean, nobody's ever going to tell you that sending emails or sending Facebook blasts to their previous clients, nobody's ever going to tell you that that's just time wasted and that it's not working for them. So just really excited to be able to offer that automation so that you can go out and do what you do best, meeting with the real estate agents, taking loan apps, and actually closing loans. And then the opportunity to give this to real estate agents at that same price point. We'll probably integrate this into a realtor partnership program presentation for you. And we also have links, obviously, to kind of explain what it is so that you can roll that out to your realtors that you think might be interested in this as well. I don't think anybody's going to, tell you to buzz off if you come at them with a nice $85 and free monthly marketing. So thanks again, Rob. Again, I'm going to open it up. Any questions, go ahead and just click the hand raise. Everybody's muted, obviously. Wendy had asked earlier, what if they put something derogatory in that comment piece? I think Rob did a good job of explaining that. Basically, they'll stop it. They'll have the contact info. We'll probably put some corporate contact info in there if we needed to, so that they feel comfortable if they'd like to call and find out, get that complaint over. But for the most part, I think everybody's going to be able to give a good recommendation on that site, and that's just huge. I mean, to be able to reach out to all of their people that they're friends with, to be able to reach out and say, hey, contact Wendy Krishke or contact whoever it is that the LO's got that they worked with. It's just, that referral piece is huge. So, again, thank you, Rob. I think we'll just give it a little bit more time to see if there are any other questions. Frank Beach, Aaron Byers, if anybody has anything to add, or Matt Brown, thank you for joining us. If you've got any insight into what's been working out there for some of the other loan officers as well, feel free to let us know.
Yeah, sure, Chris. I'll jump in for a second. This is Matt. First of all, thanks, Chris, for kind of putting your money where your mouth is for your team and getting behind social, because it is definitely a kind of a tidal wave that's moving. The one thing I would throw out that just add in on the mobile capture device, if you arm your family and friends with your personal unique mobile site, and they're in a conversation at lunch or a backyard barbecue or in a suite at a sporting event, wherever naturally that conversation comes up, they can actually now market for you, because they can pull out their smartphone or have the person they're talking to pull out their smartphone and say, hey, just put your email address right in here, and I'll make sure my dad or my mom or my brother or my sister or a neighbor or a business associate, he'll get right back to you. And as soon as that email address goes in, they're automatically connected to you. So the ability and kind of the ROI for other people to market for you after hours, in the evenings, or on weekends where there's a natural connection, we have found has been extremely powerful for businesses. And the second part of that is that once someone's connected into that, then automatically they're just kind of receiving that email from you going forward. And it's been a big success from our side with being able to grow that email database with other people marketing for you.
A really good point, Matt. Let me just add one other thing, too, that I think we get asked once in a while. With there being 200 social media channels out there, what if I wanted to add others? we've put together the suite of the most valuable social tools. When you have a blog, Facebook, and Twitter combined with responsible email, as Matt described, you've got a world-class social media strategy, especially if the content, is on the mark. If you wanted to add other channels, we certainly could do that. We have customers, all across the world that, some on Pinterest, some on LinkedIn, some on Google Plus or Yelp or whatever it is. But again, there's a diminishing return on all these additional channels. You have to pick the ones that work. So if you did want to add, say, LinkedIn or Google Plus, we could do that. And, to that point, let's say one of the social channels takes the lead in the future, and Google Plus is now #1 and Facebook isn't. We can make adaptations and adjustments there. So we could help you if you wanted to add other social channels to this package.
Now, I've got a couple questions rolling in, and that's good. That means everybody's excited about this. Now, we do have some offices that are actually operating under their own names. We call it a DBA situation. So basically, we've got an office that will have Oxford Mortgage doing business as Sagamore Home Mortgage. So will we be able to utilize and make sure that their name stays consistent with their marketing and that sort of thing, as far as just making sure that obviously it's not a Sagamore Home Mortgage opportunity, it's more of that Oxford Mortgage?
Yeah, really important question. We see this everywhere in the real estate industry, where you might have a realtor associated with Prudential, but they're branding themselves just linked to Prudential. And that's very important. So in the automated sign-up, when you pick one of these templates, there is no name there of Sagamore. And when we gather your information in the sign-up process, that's how it would be branded. And then if you choose a custom graphic, we can even take your logos and those other pieces and really make it look just like your website or consistent with your website. So it's very important that you get the individual branding that you've put money in to already create. We want to make sure that when someone hits your Twitter account, your Facebook account, or your blog, it feels the same as if they were hitting your website. So absolutely part of the design process to make sure that you're custom with your own branded feel.
Excellent, excellent. Another question, is there a way when they're doing something, let's, for example, say if they're trying out that red box opportunity to try to gain more likes on their pages, is there a way to limit the amount of red box coupons that we give out so that they don't end up, I mean, not that it would be a terrible thing if they were to get 5,000 new likes, but if they ended up with 5,000 new likes on one kind of opportunity like that and they weren't expecting to foot a $5,000 bill, is it the kind of thing you can limit in some shape or fashion?
Yes, our engine has lots of flexibility in the way it's administrated. So we'll work directly with you on that, depending on what type of giveaway you want. And let's face it, that's one of the best ways for people to grow their likes is with incentives, because likes are opt-in. And so if you provide good incentive, you're going to get more likes. And hey, we've seen people give away a Ford F-150. We've seen people give away even a mortgage, right, in a combined way. And the bigger the prize, the more people. But our back-end engine has lots of flexibility to administer it the way that you want to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if there's an opportunity for us, I'll have to check with compliance, but opportunity to do something along the lines of, hey, we're going to give away a free appraisal or something like that, something that would really drive people to not only announce that out to their community, but also would drive those people that are interested in purchasing or refinancing right now toward you to say, hey, maybe I'll give this guy a shot because I've got an opportunity for a free appraisal or whatever it is. That would kind of be more of a, that's the kind of thing you only really pay for as you're doing the loan, which is great because then you're at least getting the business from it. So,
well,
yeah,
Chris, this is the magic to our partnership collaborating. We could give you 50 ideas on how to do this. We have some mortgage companies that have worked with their sponsors, like Lowe's or others, that are providing some of the incentive and giveaway, and then we're combining all the loan offers. So what I would tell the group here is social media is a process. We need to crawl, walk, and then run. And the crawl part of it is you have to look good visually. You wouldn't send someone to a retail store unless all the shelves were ready and the product was in place. So you have to look good visually. And then you have to have compelling content so when they go to your social site, it's there. After that, then you start utilizing the email engine and the other tools to grow your audience. And there's some ways to accelerate that. So what I would say to the group here, get social, get healthy, get looking good, have good content, and then we'll continue to collaborate individually or with the headquarters on ways that we can accelerate the pace.
Yeah, and again, I mean, as you grow that number of people that you're getting in front of, I mean, that's why Nike loves it, because if they've got, if they've got 50 million people that they've got likes on Facebook, every time they post something, it hits that 50 million people, and that's just free from that point on. It's a cost of acquisition to get those people to come to your page, but then after that, you're just able to reach them for free, and you just can't do that with any other type of advertising. And obviously, that's why Twitter opened up the other day twice as much as the stock. So I mean, it's one of those things where people understand the value of what these social media companies are doing.
Even past the growth side, what we're seeing, it's almost a little more simplistic also, though, is that it's just a huge separation from your competition. As people vet you by whatever means that's comfortable to them, whether it's Facebook or email or Twitter, is what they see is like, wow, this person's extremely professional. They're on top of their game. I've tried to do this. I can't do this. I can't figure out how to have that robust of look and feel and online branding. And as you guys aggregate that logo online across those platforms, it raises it for the entire company and for the individual as well. And it becomes a huge differentiator from your competition as people look at you online.
And I mean, you got to think if you've got somebody coming to your page who doesn't know who you are, but maybe has been referred to you by one of their friends on Facebook, and they come to your page and you've got 5,000 likes as a loan officer, I mean, immediately somebody's going to say, this guy's doing something right. I mean, something is right here. This guy's obviously a mega player in the business, and therefore they're going to probably feel more comfortable working with you. So, and again, it comes down to looking professional on your page as well.
Yeah, we'll guide everybody through that process. I think what I'd say to the group here, you've got to decide if social media is part of your strategy. If it is, there's no more responsible and cost-effective way to do it than what we've teamed up to provide. But you've got to decide it's part of your strategy. It doesn't, growing likes doesn't happen by accident. It takes effort. It takes conscious strategy. And those that understand the shift that's happened with social media and how to harness it, I just tell you, we've got loan officers all over the country that it's having a remarkable impact. But they've made a decision that social media is part of their strategy.
Well, it looks like we have gotten all the questions answered at this point. Thanks again, guys, for being on, and I'm very excited about this opportunity. I look forward to seeing how this can help us grow our business, and in turn, hopefully some of the branches are kind of introducing this to the real estate agents and letting them take advantage as well. Just kind of add to that level of partnership and solidify that relationship a little bit more. Now, is it okay for me to send out, Rob, either you or Matt, send out your email address to the loan officers so they have somebody to contact directly if they've got any other questions?
Absolutely. Matt and I will we don't normally do that, but for this partnership, Matt and I will make ourselves available, and then we'll make sure our teams are ready to support you as well. So our contact information is fine. You'll notice that on the landing page, it's got the main phone number for Social5 as well, right under the Get Started button. So there's a main phone number there if someone wants to contact us. Or they can always email support@social5.com and get any question answered really quickly.
And that's a 5 with the number 5, correct?
Either one will work, but yeah,
okay.
I recommend the number 5.
Okay, great.
Support@social5.com, but don't hesitate to provide Matt and I's contact information. We'll help guide it as well.
All right, and again, the important piece is that you guys are taking over, and you're going to help build the sites to look, to look excellent, make sure that everything runs properly. You're going to go ahead and post on their behalf, but they still have access to those sites to post individual pieces on their own, which is, which is obviously a huge piece.
That is a really important point, Chris. I want to emphasize that this is not our business Facebook page. It's the loan officers. They simply give us administrative rights in the sign-up process so that we can post on their behalf. It is their site. They own it. They can add anything they want to add at any time. And that once they understand the components that they can add for a personal touch, it accelerates it and it improves the strategy. So yes, it is their Twitter account, their Facebook account. We simply have administrative rights so that our professional writers can post on their behalf.
Chris, what we've also seen, just to add to that also, is that they can also delete. If there's a post that like, hey, that one's not kind of doing it for me today, they can delete. But more importantly, what we've seen for people that are kind of a little more power users, they'll also see a post that will be idea generation for them, and they'll comment or expand on the post or find something that becomes a little more hyper-local, or they'll build on it as well. So to Rob's point, it's your page. You can add, you can delete, and you can expand across it as well.
Perfect. Thanks again, guys. Thanks to everyone who's on the call right now. Thank you for taking the time. I know it was a long one, but I think it was information well spent, time well spent, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing what we can do with this partnership going forward. Any questions, call me. I'm at the office. Feel free to email Rob or Matt, or just jump on the website, which I'll be sending out after this call. Go ahead and jump on the website and get signed up if you're ready to go. Thanks again, and have a great day, guys.